playing this kind of character is something near and dear to my heart. I really care about this character, and so the chance to come back and play him again was something which excited me, and the chance to play opposite Ben as well, with the Batman. And the thing which I enjoyed the most about this and playing this character in this movie was that we're now seeing the evolution of Superman. We're not at the finished product. We're seeing him going through his growing pains, making his mistakes. He's not quite yet the guy who we know and love from the comic books, but you can see the beginnings of it. And playing with that was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Tenemos un amigo de Notimex, representante de Notimex. Aquí tiene el micrófono a la compañera. Gracias.
Hola, buenas tardes. Ana Lucía Altamirano de Notimex. Bienvenidos a México. Son dos preguntas. Primero, en algunos cómics a lo largo de la historia, Batman se ha mostrado como un personaje que le gusta trabajar en solitario e incluso muchas veces se mostró reacio a formar parte de la Liga de la Justicia, y en esta película se promueve al final claramente, ¿no? Me gustaría que habláramos de ese cambio, y por otra parte también se ve una clara referencia a Superman yendo a Ciudad Juárez, estando en México, salvando y siendo alabado por mexicanos. Me gustaría saber por qué se eligió justamente este punto para que llegara a mostrar su poder. Gracias.
Someone wants to answer that?
Yeah, it was, I mean, I don't think it was particularly Mexican. I mean, I feel like the idea was that, that's how he's sort of viewed all over the world. And I think that there was a longer section we had in there about, like, this garment factory that he went, where the fire was. So it ends up in the movie ends up being kind of just an image, really, in a lot of ways. But I really wanted him, in the same way that the woman in Colorado on the rooftop is, reaching up to him. I wanted to sort of tell that story, that the world was sort of looking at Superman in a way that, I don't know, he's 100% comfortable with, Superman himself. I'm trying to save these people, I don't know that I'm a god necessarily, whatever the conversation is. And then, as far as Batman working alone, I mean, I think that's the fun of having to drag him out of the cave and put him in the Justice League, is that he feels a responsibility to the world now, or to this legacy, and he needs to act. And I think that's going to be fun to see.
Thanks, Zach. Tenemos a la compañera Perla Martínez de Mix 106.5. Aquí está, chicos, el micro, por favor.
Hola, bienvenidos. Mi pregunta es para Zack y también para el cast. La primera es, tener la oportunidad de crear este universo, ¿es más bien un reto cumplido o un sueño hecho realidad? Y para los actores, ¿cuál fue su motivación para decir, sí, quiero ser un superhéroe o interpretar un superhéroe? Gracias.
So first with Zack.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I've said that the idea of Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman in a single film is first of all a comic book. Anyone who loves comic books, it's their dream to see seeing the Trinity come to life is a thing that I've always I've always just been a fan of the concept of the Trinity. So to have a shot in the movie and just sort of emotionally make that make sense is for me it's a dream come true. So yeah, I can't imagine a more impossible comic book dream than this movie. So yeah, it's been quite a thrill.
Guys.
Hi then. For me, it was a no-brainer. This is the role of my dreams. Where should I begin? There's so many beautiful, strong, inspiring male role models, male superheroes. There's not enough female ones. Being a mother, my daughter, she's 4. She loves princesses and everything about them. She has a whole collection of, all the costumes of every princess that you can dream about. But she also thinks that they're all weak. She would say, they're weak, Mom. They always go to sleep, and then the prince has to wake them up and save them. And I think that it's so important for girls and boys to be inspired and be exposed to these fantastic, amazing, bigger-than-life female role models. And being Wonder Woman is like I'm dancing samba from within. I love everything about her. I'm very grateful for the opportunity that was given to me. And I hope that we're starting a trend here, and the more the merrier.
Henry.
With Superman, as much as I didn't read the comic books as a boy, I've got into them now, and I read Greek mythology as a boy, and I loved it, and these guys who we're playing are just modern mythological heroes of today's pop culture, and it's to play Superman, to play the big guy, to play the first, is an honor which I would never say no to.
You know, for me, I had been playing different genres of movies, like Argo or The Town or Gone Girl, and this represented a challenge and a change for me and something exciting. And you know, this genre of movie, as we were discussing, really is, in point of fact, the language of cultural exchange internationally in the world today. This is the way that we're communicating with each other globally. And we're communicating about in the case of this movie, we had the opportunity to communicate with these themes about that I found really powerful and moving. Themes about fear and what happens when we fear one another, and how we get reactionary and defensive, and how difficult it is to overcome that. And themes of multilateralism and cooperation. And you know, I think it's to have an opportunity to speak to those ideas in a global way was an extraordinary opportunity, and the script I thought was, you know, meaningful and ballsy in that way, and I got to work with this exceptional director. I don't choose movies based on genre. Like, to me, it's about character and script and director. So you know, it was really a no-brainer for me. In addition, it was based on, or inspired by, in some ways, this Frank Miller book that Zach talked about earlier, which was one of my favorites when I was young. So there was this whole confluence of circumstances that came together that made this thing a sort of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me.
Perfecto.